Animal rights, climate action, food insecurity, they may seem like separate issues, but today's guest has a way of bringing them all to the kitchen table. Paige Parsons Roache is an animal advocate, co-founder of Plant-Based in the Burbz, and a city campaigner for the Plant-Based Treaty. She also appeared on UnchainedTV's Telly award-winning New Day, New Chef Lite, sharing her passion for making plant-based living welcoming and accessible. Through community outreach, storytelling, and grassroots action, she's helping turn everyday choices into meaningful change. Welcome, Paige Parsons Roache. I am so excited to have you here today, and I want to share the exciting news. Your show, along with Sherry Johnson, Plant-Based in the Burbz, was part of UnchainedTV's Telly award-winning show, New Day, New Chef Lite. That is such exciting news. I want to ask you though, did you ever imagine when you guys were hanging out in your kitchen, looking at those recipes, thinking you're going to start this whole thing, that it would ever become an award-winning show or part of an award-winning show?
No, that is not the case. Let me tell you. I mean, we started Plant-Based in the Burbz back in 2019, and we were going live on Facebook, and we were just having fun cooking. We would be in each other's kitchens and going back and forth, and then we wound up, in separate kitchens, right? And then we became Plant-Based in the Burbz, and Plant-Based in the Burbz was chosen as part of a 10-part series called New Day, New Chef Lite, and we got to do 2 segments, and the whole series won 2 Telly awards. Let me tell you what the awards were. There were gold awards for food and beverage, as well as education and discovery, those categories. So no, did we ever think we'd be part of an award-winning series? No, we didn't.
Well, I want to mention that UnchainedTV actually won, I think, 18 Telly awards, some amazing number, which is such a great credit to the network, and I'm so proud of everyone. But let's play a clip right now, let people see what it's all about.
We're going to score the tofu. So I just want to take the knife and slightly score it. I have to hold it because it just gives me a little more control.
Yeah. Now, is this to also get that marinade in there too?
Just to absorb most of the seasoning. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. We'll do both of them. And then meanwhile, Paige, you can cut up some of that nori. You can use your hands and just break the nori into the marinade.
Ooh, okay.
Just crumble it up, no wrong way or right way.
Ooh, it's toasted. That is so cool. That is one of my favorite dishes, by the way, that salmon tofu dish that you guys make. I tried it right after the first time I saw it, and it's very easy to make, and it's very delicious.
Well, I'll tell you, Sherry gets creds on that recipe. She's really quite the recipe creator. I have created some as well, and one of my recipes is over on the other show of the 2 shows. But what's fun is people can find our content on our website as well as on the Unchained TV app. We have all the socials and everything too. But 19 awards, Telly awards for Unchained TV on the various series. So yay!
Oh, it was actually 19? I thought it was 18, but who's counting,
I think Unchained TV and Jane is.
Oh yeah. Well deserved. Well deserved.
And we just have fun together. We enjoy laughing. We're both moms. We both live in the suburbs, and we fell into this plant-based vegan lifestyle by just learning. And for me, it was through my daughter sharing content, sharing information, and saying she came home and she said, I'm vegan. And I realized I got to learn how to cook these vegan dishes. And then Sherry was at the same time, and we didn't even know it. And then one day we were talking about it, and I was like, I'm cooking vegan food. She's like, oh, me too. And then it was like, let's do this. Let's have some fun with it. So yeah, that's kind of how it happened. So for anyone out there, just get cooking. That's what I want to say. If you're a solo entrepreneur, or if you're, and even if you don't know how, I mean, we're both certified now. I've got the eCornell certification myself. She's got a nutrition license, certification rather. And, we both have done our education prior and after sort of diving into it. So don't worry about being certified. Just start cooking, because people don't know how to cook tofu. They don't.
Right. I
I'm
think
teaching.
I think the big thing that makes a lot of
Yeah.
people fail is the fact that they don't know where to begin. And I think even if, you like you said, you don't have to be a chef to do this. And many of the people that have succeeded on social media, I don't think they're even certified chef. Maybe like you guys, that's wonderful that you got your certification there and everything. But it just goes to show how far you can go if you have a mind to do it. And sometimes how things just kind of fall into place.
That's the thing. Just do it. And, for those that are brand new into the plant-based space, here's the fun part is that swap out. And if I can just give this piece, simple swap out. So if you normally make a particular recipe, figure out how you can swap out beans for beef, chickpeas for chicken, tofu for chicken and beef. Figure out, there are lots of recipes now. We're so blessed with lots of resources at our fingertips. So, getting motivated, that's part of the fun.
Yeah, and lots of recipes on social media. Instagram is the one that I find all mine at.
Me too. I found a lot.
A lot of people specialize in simple recipes, which is great too. We want to move on to the next thing because we have several subjects. So I want to know how you got involved in the plant-based treaty. But before you tell us that, many people know what plant-based treaty is, but many people do not. So please talk about what it is, what it means to sign it. I think that's really important.
What I say to people when I'm out tabling is that if you want more plant-based food in your cities, in your schools, your universities, your campuses, your hospitals, endorse the plant-based treaty. We're collecting signatures for people who want more plant-based food forward. And we're centering plant-based in the food system, the entire food system in the climate space. So back in 2021, when plant-based treaty was created through the animal safe movement, people weren't really talking about it, were they? They weren't talking about how the food impacts our climate, okay? And I mean, this is something very important. 1/3 of global emissions come from our food system. This was created for one of our food days. This is our plant-based treaty informational, and we are an information campaign. We go all around. This is a global campaign, a global movement. I am so blessed to be a part of it. I joined up in 2024 and got busy with it. Back in 2020, I was invited to start what's called LA Fur Animal Save to bring awareness about animals used for fashion. And then plant-based treaty was introduced. This is all through the SAFE movement, animal safe movement. And so I started educating people. And then back in 2024, I really got busy with it and said, okay, I'm going to come on as a campaigner. And we basically meet with governance. We meet with city council members. We meet with neighborhood councils. And we basically say, hey, we're here to help you lower your greenhouse gas emissions in your city and to meet your sustainability goals. And then we can pair you up globally with our campaigners that are already busy working, so you can become part of that and learn how it happens, or we can actually train you how you can be a campaigner as well. So the welcome call is key. So if you want to get on the welcome call, we'll give you all my socials later. You can just tap in and find out how, so you can learn and get busy with it, because we need more campaigners. We definitely need lots of volunteers to help us with this campaign as well. So okay.
Great. Well, that's so exciting. And it makes so much sense that somehow, because I personally was a little confused about the plant-based treaty and exactly what does that mean? But the fact that it is pressuring and building that enthusiasm for plant-based foods, I think that's such an important thing. And you guys are doing an amazing job, and people can join you and build this thing even further. And that's even more exciting.
Build it up and bring awareness, absolutely, for change.
Working with Maggie Baird and Support and Feed, can you talk a little bit about all of that? That's really an honor. You have been doing all these amazing things.
I started volunteering with Support and Feed after meeting Maggie multiple times at different environmental events. I go to any kind of environmental events that there are here in the Los Angeles area. I've been an environmentalist since my 20s. So long time I've been fighting for the planet. First, it was in plastic pollution solutions. My kids danced for social causes for change for the planet. And I helped, organize that nonprofit called Move the World. 2020, actually, I discovered Support and Feed. I'm just literally the Lyft driver for the cause. just bringing it. Then the other thing that we do is outreach events. For example, there's a food bank and a food outreach in Altadena that's happened since the fires, and it's a grocery boost for people. And plus, there's also food that's served. So I'm one of the folks who volunteers to serve the food. Yeah.
I know another thing that you do, the way you give back, and because you're a mom, a proud mom of 2 children, and I think your daughter is going to be a veterinarian. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
as a mom, I guess you're very close with the youth. And so that kind of brought you into working with the youth climate leaders and developing them. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, I recently co-produced with some youth what's called the Sustainability Summit. I'm very proud of this, and we want to take this nationwide to different high school campuses. This is geared towards high schoolers. There is a lot of work happening on college campuses, but I will tell you, not on the high school level. So we put this on at the Calabasas Library. Next up will be in Agoura Hills, and then we'll take it from there. So anyone who's out there watching would like this at their campus in high school, let me know, or even middle school, any K through 12, really, we can adapt it. And it's to bring about awareness of sustainability solutions geared towards the food system.
Okay,
yep.
Great.
And we basically, youth organizers lead the Plant-Based Climate Summit. We did center the leadership of the youth, and they were amazing. They were very excited to bring this forward. We had the participation of the city, and also the library donated the space. So, you know, it was a really thriving experience. And also Full Circle Compost, which one of my side hustles is working with composting. So leading us into that.
Talk about that a little bit.
Sure. I work with youth, preschoolers at this time, but K through 12 as well, to bring about showing them how they can grow food in food scrap soil. So we actually make the soil on campus at this location, and we work together with them in taking their food scraps from the classroom, putting it into a system. We check out the worms. They are part of this system of stirring it up, adding in the elements that are needed to make soil. And then we sift it and we put it into our garden beds and grow food. So we show them the full circle. We even plant seeds, and then we let them grow, and then we plant those in the compost soil. So that part.
Needless to say, the kids must love it, because what kid doesn't like to play with dirt? Yeah, to be in harmony with nature, because we have to live in harmony with nature. If we don't, we're going to destroy ourselves. I have a clip here from your podcast that you do. I think you do it on Instagram. You can correct me. Let's chat. So I'll play it, and then you can tell us about it.
It sounds like you were like dripped on in a way. You know, it makes me realize, you know, activism does work in a way. It might just not happen overnight. Like just the billboards that are up or things that you saw along the way.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know, my moving to being a vegetarian was, I think, like kind of born this way kind of experience, you know. But everything after that was, it was like those things, if you let them in, you know, if you really see them, you go, oh, whoa, you know, you see it differently. You think differently. I mean, I remember being in our backyard with the little girl who used to live behind us, who I love to this day. But, you know, and we were talking, and my kids were talking about how they didn't eat animals, and they were explaining it in their little kid ways. And she said, wait, are you telling me that chicken is chicken?
Oh, it looks like you guys are having a heck of a good time there.
It happens to be Maggie Barrett. Speaking of Maggie Barrett of Support and Feed the Founder. So that was fun that we were showing that clip. Yeah. We've interviewed multiple people. We've been doing that for 3 years. It's called Let's Chat. And it started, you're going to love this. It started by what's in your bag. We decided to go live. Is it only 3 years? Wow. I think it's 4 years. But anyway, we started with, Sherry, let's show people what's in our bags. You know, people were going live on Instagram when it started the live. It was about 4 years ago. And so we pull open our purses and we started showing the lipstick that we're using and the lip pencil and the this and the that and the other, and her being a Black woman and me being a white woman, and our different skin tones and things. And we were showing things in our makeup bags. And then people were coming on. You could allow people to come on your lives. We'd invite people in. And then we said, you know what, we should structure this. This would be really fun to have change makers, thought leaders, and content creators, or anyone who's doing anything impact. You've been on, Lindsay.
I was, yeah.
We want to show people who are our audience, and then we share it out to our various, we each have, multiple accounts that we run on Instagram. So we just share it out. And then now we're working on grabbing some of those clips and making them into sort of a YouTube/TikTok. We're working on repurposing some of the content so that we can get some of those really great interviews we've had. We had Chef Babette on. I mean, the people that we've had
mind blowing, right?
Incredible. Yeah. And you can go onto Instagram and see the various people. We have a couple of people coming up I'm really excited about. Dr. Milton Mills, and we have we've had Leah Garces on, and we've had she was formerly with Mercy for Animals. And I mean, the list just goes on and on. Us Vegan Solicious, who just opened a beautiful little coffee spot for Kasha in Brooklyn, Vegan Solicious. So yeah, lots of folks, Jamie Logan, lots of folks on to share their journeys. Yeah, so we love doing our Let's Chat show. It's very fun.
Yeah, I think another thing that you were involved in, I'll show a clip here of the Climate Week. That was amazing with Moby and everyone. So let's show everyone a clip of that. That's one thing about the vegan community, I'm watching that video and I'm seeing all these familiar faces. It's such a wonderful, familiar, if that's the right word, family community kind of thing. And when you come from another state, you're just welcomed in. It's so cool,
Speaking of, yes, and speaking of another state, we even had people come in from other countries. So we had a whole family from the UK there. Brad and his family. We also had people from Minnesota. We had people from Colorado. The word got out about the LA Climate Week and the events that were happening. And then the vegan events that we were putting on, the plant-based events with Plant-Based Treaty, Animal Alliance Network, LA Animal Save, the Safe Movement, and UnchainedTV. We really put out the message to come on in. And we invited Moby to speak. We also invited some great chefs to come. I want to shout out to Daniel from North River Productions for putting that great video together. And thank you to the chefs that came. We had chefs come, one chef came from, Chef Reina came down from San Francisco. We had Chef Gabrielle come all the way from Florida. And then MJ is here in California, but she's from Canada. So we had like a really cool chef's challenge. And thank you to Beyond Meat for donating the beautiful Beyond sausages. And thank you to Besties for hosting it at their space. But it was really fun to pull it all together. And we had a multitude of events throughout the week that were all plant-based.
I know. I got to attend, I think, 4 of them out of the whole week. And one event after the other was amazing. I think Dr. Rao, there was a film. So many things were happening. And it's amazing that Climate Week has finally incorporated plant-based, because for so long, it has not been that way. Let's just put it that way.
Well,
but let's move forward. So that's good. Progress is good. You know what I mean?
Progress is great. And do you remember marching in the streets in 2019 with Greta Thunberg? Yes, we were doing that. And many of us were out there in Los Angeles with signs, working hard to bring the awareness of animal agriculture's impact on the climate. And then Plant-Based Treaty created what we've created, what was created, and now we get to bring plant-based food forward and center the food in the climate space. So that's my mission, to just bring as much awareness so people can make positive choices for our planet.
Okay, so I think you wanted to talk about an upcoming event, Vibrant Vegan. So let's talk about that for a minute or two.
Sure. This is the Vibrant Vegan Festival that's happening in Missouri at the Lake Doniphan. I think that's how you say it. So look at the headliners there. I mean, Dr. Silas Rao, Renee King Sonnen. You've got Vegan Evan, a plethora. JP, who's a fitness aficionado. So there's all kinds of folks. I'm going to be leading a workshop on sustainability. So I that'll show everyone a little something, because why not? So if I may segue into,
Sure.
I'm really committed that those that are watching this bring their sustainability game up. So this is so easy to do, everybody. Just pack it like it's a picnic, folks. Bring your chopsticks. We don't need to use up any more chopsticks, right? We've got our own, or get your own. Bring your own straws. Bring your own forks. You can use your silverware. Bring your own napkin. So we all go out and about for the most part, right? I mean, for the most part, when you go out and about, if you bring this, I promise you, you will be helping in so many ways. And the other part is, take your food scraps out of the trash already, please. In the state of California, it's actually a law. So many states, and many actually even countries are doing this now, where they're requiring folks to take out. Why is it so important? Because it is one of the number one producers of methane, the food system. So we've got the food system, and then we have the trash that goes into the landfill and creates. Why is it stinky? Because that's methane gas. So we can do this, folks. We can repurpose and help make soil. I'm not asking you to be one of the people that's making soil. I'm just saying, take those food scraps out and put them into a closed loop system where others can make the soil. So you can do it. I know you can.
Yeah, so what I like to do in ending the show is, I like for each of us, I'll let you go first, to debunk one myth about either about the environment or about a plant-based living.
I think the myth that plant-based eating is hard. That's what I think. A lot of people think that, and they try, going vegan for a week or 2 weeks because they got a health scare, or they heard it was a good fad to kind of give it a go. And then they fail at making something or eating something, or they don't feel well. Many times, why people don't feel well when they start eating more healthy is they're detoxing what's already been in their body. So it takes at least 21 days to create a new habit. And I think, I forget how many years it is. It's a small amount, actually, that you regenerate cells. But I say to people, the myth is that it's hard. I say, change the mindset that you've got this, you can do it, and commit to it. And if you make a mistake, just get back in it. It's okay if you make a mistake. I made mistakes at the beginning. I wasn't reading all the labels. I was not reading the labels. So things were in there like whey. I had no idea whey came from milk.
Yeah.
I did not know these things. I did not know casein is from milk, from a cow. So, once you get more informed, the better we can do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's perfect, that's for sure. We make mistakes, and I think we always will. I mean, we're human beings.
Yeah.
But I think that almost leads into the myth. I would like to debunk that. What I do doesn't make a difference, because nobody's going to stop eating animals. And I can say that I want to debunk that myth because I've been vegan now for 10 years. I became vegan in 2016. And I've seen so much change, and it's accelerating exponentially. And you can make a change, and what you do does hurt. How many animals, I don't know if you know this, Paige, but how many animals a year do we save by being vegan? And we save a lot. I know that. It's a big number, each individual. So that's the one I'd like to debunk.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing that we can make a difference with everything that we do. Said one person of the 8 million on the planet. So just multiply, multiply, multiply. People start having confidence in that they make an impact. It does ripple into effect. I've seen in the past 11 years being vegan, the amount of people that I see being vegan. So there's a few people who try something, they say they're vegan, they're not all in, and they don't have all the information, or they, this, that, and the other things happen. But I keep seeing more and more, the numbers are going up. People are joining, people are jumping in, and people are getting healthier for themselves, the animals, and the planet. So, yeah.
And a big pull is weight loss. If you eat a true plant-based diet, not all the junk food that you can come about with a vegan diet. For me, finally, I battled my weight and skinny now. So, I'm what I want to be. I'm healthy, and it's fine to be whatever you're happy and healthy with. But it does that is like a little carrot that we can give people. It does help you with that as well. So Paige, I want to thank you so much for being on today. I love your journey, and I can't wait to see what happens next, what you're going to be getting into next. It's very exciting.